2 viewers in like a half a second. Hold on everybody, let me see if I can pull this video up on the computer so that I can see the chat because I'm streaming from my phone. Oh, I already got a like, whoever that was, thank you. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I can't, it's not that I can even see the chat right now to know. Oh God, look at me. Oh, I heard something. Kyle, can you hear me? I don't know why they wouldn't be able to, but can you hear me? Just typing it in the chat like a regular old douchebag. Why are you all out of the camera? Yeah, you can hear me? Okay, good. Well, let's see if, last time that I got out there was a little bit more fanfare because of the people that I was talking to, so we'll see how this one goes. Thank you, Shelch. I'm looking at that. You guys mind if I wear my glasses so I can see the chat on the computer screen? Wonder if I can full screen just the chat. Not really. Side dude. I see the dude said side dude. But yeah, Shelch, thanks man, I'm glad to be back, trust me. Hey, Risky Pete's here. What up, Chase? How you doing, man? Good to see you too. Damn, all of a sudden everybody started hopping in here, didn't you? Baby girl, why you hiding? Oh, okay. It's probably a hell of a delay. You're sitting in the room with me. Handsome Squidward says poo. That was very cerebral of you. Glad you're doing good. Risky, Mr. Chase. Don't smoke the reefer, okay? Somebody hit me with the don't smoke the reefer. Hey, what's up, Tanner? Wayo, welcome back, boy. Glad to be here. I wasn't trying to clickbait everybody with a picture of my wife in the thumbnail. She's sitting right next to me. She's just being shy. Everybody, this is my wife, Karis. Don't be acting awkward. It's okay. I'm just playing. That's my wife, Karis, man. I don't know how many people are aware of it or not at this point, but we do have a baby on the way. A little girl is due on May 11th. Why are you camera smiling like you're on camera and you ain't on camera? You're smiling like you're on the camera and you're over there off in Narnia. Nice try. Thank you, Parker. I'm very, very glad to be home. 13 Trouts, I think you comment on a lot of old school RuneScape videos. Either that or... Nah. You stream? 13 Trouts. You're a PKer or something, aren't you? DJ Wilson, thank you for the congratulations. I'm very glad to be back as well. I just realized, is the picture backwards on there? My old school RuneScape shirt is inverted?
No, it's...
Okay. I say that as if I don't have it right here. I forgot. Whoops.
It's not backwards.
I thought so, 13 Trouts. I thought I'd seen you. Yeah, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect by being confused about it for a second. Daniel said, so all I have to do to have a beautiful wife is troll on RuneScape and go to prison for a third of my life for it. Instructions clear. I think that should do it for you. Zalcor, thanks, man. I'm very, very glad to be back. Currently living with my in-laws. We got a big happy household here. She's got 2 brothers, Tanner and Tyler. And well, thank you, 13 Trouts. I've only seen a few of your clips, man, but I recognize the name immediately. So obviously fan of yours as well. And yeah, we got my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my wife, and me, our 2 brother-in-laws. I mean, her brothers, my brother-in-laws, as well as her aunt living here. So we got the Brady Bunch situation going on. I'm pretty happy about it. Very glad to be here. When did I get back? I got out of prison on July 12th, right? Yes, Friday, July 12th. And I've been at the halfway house since then up until 4 hours ago. Pretty much drove through a tornado to get here. You watched me on Tommy C? That's cool, man. I'm probably going to go back on that show again soon. I actually had a voice chat with Tommy whenever I got out this time. And that's a really cool guy. He's a real big supporter of mine, and we get along really well. So I just thought about it, bro. You're part of the 98%, 91%, I believe, if you're talking about the recidivism rate of men that go back to prison. Yeah, I'm in that percent now. I'm now officially in the percent. Professor Meat Nugs, nice name. I'm glad to be out too, man. Thank you very much. I like that dude named Handsome Squidward that keeps saying bodily functions. I remember that episode of SpongeBob. It's like Squidward keeps getting hit with something or something like that, getting more and more handsome. You remember that?
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
I do.
You don't remember that? You like?
I do.
You only like 22. What you talking about?
How does that matter?
Because you didn't watch SpongeBob. You don't know about SpongeBob.
What?
As if everybody didn't watch SpongeBob. How goes the PC build? Those are the parts behind me are a box. I'm not sure how much I can really get in the camera here, but I now have a CyberPower PC an MSI monitor, big ass curved spaceship monitor for a guy like me that's stuck in 2012 for the most part. I'm not looking at.
Oh, you're good now. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're good.
Well, I'm typing streamed out. Hang on, anyways. Sorry about that. Hey, did Jody end up getting with your girl while you were in the can? Not this one. The first time I went to prison, my girls got Jody for sure. They definitely knew Jody. Stream not working. All right, good. They said that we're back, so good. But no, Brandon Scott Robinson music. Jody didn't get this one, but he got the other girls in the past. Thankfully, very glad that it happened now. Didn't seem like I was gonna be happy about that at the time. It's all prison slang. Jody's with your girl. It's just like the generic name. Oh, you've been over there with Jody? I think it's from a movie, like maybe Baby Boy or something. I'm not totally sure. Mama XP wasting, not even playing. I figured I'd say what's up to the tubes real quick, man. I was playing right before this. I just did a solo chord. Watched a lot of prison content on YouTube, and I know in prison they use Jody as a term for that. Yeah, the dude knows. He knows the slang. That's what Jody's just the name of the generic guy that's at your house with your girl, you know. Oh hell, Jody done got her. I think it's from a movie, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what movie it is though. This is going pretty well. We got 33 people already. Aside from RuneScape, what games do you plan on playing? Man, this is gonna sound really funny considering that I play old school RuneScape, but I really want to check out these Halo re-releases, to be honest with you. But Baby Boy, that's the movie. Yep, James Johnson just came through with it. Baby Boy is the movie. You're right. I'd like to check out these Halo re-releases, which is funny because I've just always played more retro style games. Even when, my N64 is my favorite console, but I do intend to try out some of the ones I missed. My brother-in-laws play a lot of not the lame one that everybody hates now. What's the one they play? Overwatch, right?
Not Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite's the one that everybody hates now. You've been playing Reach on PC. That's the one that I want to check out. Honestly, I'm not sure how much it costs or if I have to buy a CD. Apparently, CDs aren't really a thing anymore. I guess with like PlayStation 12s or whatever you guys are up to now that I haven't played. I guess that you just download games or something. I'm a little confusing. $10. You talking about $11 for Jagex or $10 for real? Somebody just asked, when did I get married? We got married October 11th, this past. So I'm skinny for being in jail. What you talking about, man? Look at them guns. What do you mean? I'm not skinny? Yeah, I know, man. I'm super skinny. I was more of a sit around and play guitar for 7 to 8 hours a day than working out. $40 on Steam for Master Chief Collection. Does that include like Halo 3 re-release? Because that's kind of the one that I'm mainly waiting on, to be honest. I might need to check out getting a USB controller. Although PC probably kicks its ass. Steam or the Microsoft Store? I recommend Steam. I can't get into my old Steam, but it's not that big of a deal because the only game I ever bought was Counter-Strike 1.6, the original package bundle. All the Halos pretty much in Master Chief. They have online capabilities. You can play online with everybody on Halo 3, but it's a new release. Because if so, that's fucking sick. Oops, I said the F word. I'm going to get demonetized. Pretty much all the Halo games. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I hit the vape. I'm not one of those guys. I don't own a fedora, but I smoked for 12 years. So hopefully that's cool enough for you, not hipster enough. Try out Apex. I think I heard about Apex, actually. But I think it would make you interesting YouTube content for me to be trying out games that I missed. Also have a plan for memes I missed. Did I tell you about that? I think that kind of reacting to. I want to do one called Memes I Missed. Because there's a lot of stuff that I missed that is still funny to me, and everybody else is like, that's not funny. That's 2017. That's new to me. I turned around when we were working the other day to Alex, and I was like, and he was like, nah, don't do that. He was like, we don't do that anymore. I was like, I just learned about it. Now watch me whip. Now watch me nae.
Yeah.
You have to do them together, right? It's the whip nae. I moved the carpet. It's alright, I'll readjust in a minute. 35 viewers right now. Very, very glad to be back. I think I heard about Apex, but I'm not totally positive about what it is. I don't know if it's an FPS or a fantasy or what. I'm not entirely positive. You know what Apex is, baby girl? No? You sure? A lot of problems having in RuneScape 3 involving microtransactions. You hear about that? The community's been rapidly dropping. Yeah, I did hear about that. I heard that the British Parliament was looking into it, particularly because that guy spent like $1 bajillion or euros or pounds or whatever in like one weekend. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really have a lot of love for RuneScape 3. It's not my game. I personally think they basically turned it into a WoW clone. That being said, I mean, if it's a game that people love and enjoy, then I would hope that it doesn't get shut down or whatever. The community's been rapidly dropping. I think that started at the end of 2012, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they lost one guy, but I went to jail before EOC came out like 2 weeks. Do I prefer RuneScape old school? Yes, I do indeed prefer RuneScape old school, 100%. That's the one that I play. I do not play RuneScape 3. As a matter of fact, whenever I get back into my accounts that all probably have land, and yeah, I'm monetized. You know this.
I forgot it.
What's up, Landon?
I'm not liking.
He immediately says hi, Josh, and he gets frozen. That's great.
I didn't skip it.
Okay, so Chase is saying that they are being released in like chronological order for the Master Chief Collection. That's good. I lost 20 viewers when the stream froze. I'm at 22 now.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. I hope they hit refresh. Now I'm at 20. Everybody disconnecting. Yeah, I'm an old school player, man. I started playing RuneScape in 2004. That's the version of the game that I prefer. I think that in general, the old school team, particularly Godash, has done a phenomenal job of updating the game in the way that was naturally just kind of made sense, in my opinion. I don't really care much for Zaya still. I do Chambers and I use the Catacombs, and that's about it. Hopefully at some point tonight I'll hit 123 combat on old school. I'm like 330k away from my next defense level. You have plans on trying out some of the newer tech. VR is a great example. Funny you should say that, because I've tried virtual reality. It was actually the day that I met. It was about 12 feet through that door right there, the day that I came over and met my wife's family. Oh, sorry, Ruben, I missed your question. No, my wife does not play old school yet. I did make an account for her where her character looks like her. I worked really hard with the little selections to make sure that it kind of looked like her.
Apparently I saw it.
But she hasn't learned how to really do it. 13 Trouts, yeah, I do stream. I've only streamed mobile. When I was at the halfway house, I bent the rules a little bit and I was streaming from mobile with the Mob Crush app. But yeah, I am going to set it up and get going. I'm not totally convinced that I will be, popular at it or anything like that. I mean, maybe once word spreads, but I am gonna pursue that. Yeah, I did try VR though. It was phenomenal. I was totally mind blown by it. That's the day that I met my brother-in-laws, and my mother-in-law now. And stream went back 40 seconds. Can't get back to live. That'll probably explain why I lost so many viewers so rapidly. John Doe set up Streamlabs for donations. I'm not positive. I know that Streamlabs makes OBS, but I'm not totally positive about the whole donations thing. I mean, I think I have a PayPal or something, but you're right. I'll set that up before too terribly long. That's not really what I was going for today, but don't worry, I'm coming for it. No,
I forgot you could do that.
That's what 25 Buttholes does. I was talking to him about it the other day. He gets most of his donations through Streamlabs because he doesn't Twitch stream. He does it on YouTube and stuff. Let me see here. Streamlabs, we can donate, point and click, LOL. Thanks, Landon. I've noticed how a lot of devs just keep updating a game and they completely ruin it or just make it less fun in general. For example, WoW or Minecraft are way less fun now for me personally, at least. Yeah, I agree, man. I don't understand really how it seems like they just kind of lose touch with the spirit of the game, in my opinion. It's just like over time they gradually kind of forget what the game was really originally about. That's why I'm so glad we have Mod Ash on the old school team, because he's been there from the jump. He really understands the game and he knows what fits and what doesn't. And I'm really grateful to have him. But yeah, I actually played WoW for a little while before I got, actually for 4 days. From the time that I got muted on RuneScape for making the threats I got arrested for, 4 days later the FBI came and arrested me and swatted my house. For those 4 days I played WoW. And everybody was already talking about on there about how it used to be such a better game and that they've ruined it and all this. This was right before Mists of Pandaria expansion. Lifting weights in prison, looking buff, bro. Yeah, I've been doing the opposite of lifting weights and doing the opposite of getting buff. Glasses don't help. I notice glasses make me look even skinnier, but this is how I'm seeing the chat right now. Hey man, it's me from work. Hope your move went well. What's up, Richard? Good to see you. That's the guy that I met at work recently that actually is pretty high level on RuneScape 3. So he's going to try to atone for his sins. He's been playing a little bit more old school lately. Not bad. The absolute madman, call a lawyer next time when something like this happens. What can I say, man? I mean, I was 19. I was naive. I assumed that only bad people go to prison. I didn't think I needed a lawyer. I thought the cops were going to try to help me, man, you know? Mash B, welcome back. Looking well. Thank you, man. I'm trying. I'm working on it. My wife doesn't think I look very well, but I'm just kidding. You look kiss for the stream. Don't you make faces? You can make faces at me, baby. Welcome back. Good to see you, Gappy. Thank you, man. Very, very glad to be here. Yeah, Richard plays RuneScape 3. Never met anybody in real life that actually knew more about RuneScape than, oh yeah, I played it for a few weeks in 7th grade, so it was pretty cool. Oh, Chase, you're on call. Have a good day, man. Hope you have a great day. Hope I can hop back into the stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to do it for about maybe 40 more minutes, 45 more minutes. Just kind of sit here and chill, you know, so. Appreciate you stopping by, Chase, man. It's always good to see you, bro. Ever watch Ice Poseidon? Thoughts on his downfall? Yeah, I watched Ice Poseidon, man. And to be honest with you, having been in a federal mental ward, man, I learned a lot about, I mean, I only went there for 90 days for an evaluation, but I learned a lot about mental illness while I was there. I read a lot of the DSM-4 and different things, and I think it's pretty clear, even though he's already confirmed it, that he has Asperger's syndrome. It was kind of sad. I watched that downfall video about him, man, and that night when he was crying on stream and everybody was making fun of him and he was talking about how he doesn't get to meet anybody because his whole life is the internet and all that stuff, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I felt for him. I think he's just trying, you know, and he doesn't really know exactly what to do, but I enjoyed his RuneScape content back in the day. Have you heard of Penguin Zero? Of course, man. Of course I have. I've emailed him a few times, and the guys from the official podcast, he made a video about me. He's actually in the video on my channel my first video on my channel, I used part of his video as my intro. I did a couple of, I don't know what NPD is, by the way. I used a clip of him in my intro, a couple different videos, Silent Core and him and Sexy Phil, or they don't call him Sexy Phil anymore, they call him Phil. You guys know who the hell I'm talking about, Phil. What's that feeling of finally getting out of prison, man? I really can't even describe it. I mean, you're walking on sunshine, everything's golden. And then today, honestly, getting out of the halfway house was just about as sweet as getting out of prison because I came home to my wife and I'm insanely in love with my wife and we have a baby on the way. I'm working a good job right now and I've been moving forward. I've been sober for 6 days away from a year now. Stone cold sobriety, not a drink, not a sip, not a smoke, not a snort, nothing at all for almost a solid year. By far the longest that I've gone since I was 14 years old with sobriety, and I'm very, very happy about it. Imagine getting drafted for World War III now. Guess what? I'm a felon. Hey, I don't got to fight in any wars. They don't trust you. If America accused you of crimes, they don't trust you to go fight for them. They're like, no, he's going to switch teams for us. So, narcissistic personality disorder? I could see him fitting that bill. I could definitely see that. I don't necessarily think that that's wrong. It's possible. He does seem very self-absorbed, but at the same time, man, I do know that him having the mental issues that he does and then trying to live that life is just, I don't know. I don't know what it results in. Let me see what I missed here. Yo, how many years were you there? Ad block, LOL. Don't block my ad, bro. What are you doing? The first time that I was locked up at 1,795 days, which is 30 days shy of being 5 years, like date to date, it was October 8th of 2012 until September 7th of 2017, so I did 5 years. Followed by 5 months at the halfway house that I just left this morning. After I left the halfway house, I did 3 months in rehab. This got me out in like May of 2018. And about 40 days later, I failed drug tests and was rearrested, and I just did another year, followed by 6 months halfway house. So basically, I've had about 40 days of no ankle bracelet, rehab, halfway house, jail, or prison. About 40 days since October 8th of 2012. I've had very, very, very little and limited freedom. They gave me a chance, and I messed it up. So it's really not on anybody else's fault, but it was definitely me. Until I get it fixed, I'm guessing you're talking about my felony conviction. Yeah, it'll get fixed eventually. It might take a while, but we'll see. Did you meet some messed up people in prison? Bro, don't even get me started. I met people that were they didn't belong there. I met so many people that didn't belong there. They were too mentally ill to even fathom that prison is a punishment. Like they didn't even, I don't know how to put it, you know? There were people in there that were there were perverts in there and pedophiles, and a lot of the prisons I went to or jails and prisons, the pedophiles would get very severely physically injured when everybody found out what they were there for. But not all the prisons I went to. Some of the prisons I went to, they had them, and they were sick individuals. I was next door, at one point my cellmate next door was Clarence Heatley, the Black Hand of Death. How'd you do that, Landon? Landon just donated me $5 somehow. Well, thank you, man. I didn't even know that was possible, but much appreciated, Landon. How the hell did he do that? And he gave me a little fox emoji doing a thumbs up. Yeah, I met some really messed up people in there, man. I met this dude that was, they called him Big Horse. Have I already told you about Big Horse? He's a mentally handicapped Native American that killed two guys in 1984. YouTube will owe me. Oh, okay, it goes into my ad revenue because I got ads, right? Whoa, my computer just went down. Oh, no, it was just black screen.
Yeah, because you
I don't know stuff.
went a while.
I don't know stuff.
It's okay.
A screensaver.
It's
My
okay.
screensaver popped up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Well, thank you, Landino Spumoni. I just looked so stupid for a second. I was trying to hit it, and I was like,
There's no going back.
I keep losing so many viewers every time that I get a lag like that. We're keeping a good solid 40 now. When I did that one at the store that one day, I got like 150. You remember in like 5 minutes? Not complaining, no people. I just thought it was crazy. Okay, let me see here. Tim, I'm glad that you just got out of prison, man. That's a feeling that not very many people know. I know that feeling. You know that feeling, man. That is a glorious, glorious feeling. Thank you, Landon. They let you have a PC? No, absolutely no PCs in prison or jail or anywhere that I was at all. They had contraband phones that you get more time if you could call with. But how old am I now? I'm 27. I turned 27 on December 1st. My wife is 22, and she's pregnant with my little baby girl. My RSN is the RS Felon, the space RS space Felon. I'm gonna type in the chat real quick just to be sure in case anybody wants to add me. It'll my friends list is full, but I've got to delete. I mean, I'm gonna delete like 150 people. There's tons of people that I haven't even talked to in forever. And you know how it goes. You gotta do a little snip every now and then. 400 maximum 400 users for members. So feel free to add me. I keep my private chat on at all times. I also hang out on the Tan CC. I highly encourage anybody to come hang out with us. After I do this stream, I'm probably going to break for about an hour, maybe 2 hours tops, and then I'll be on RuneScape. So, let me see. Did you EOS or are you on parole? I've still got a 1.5 years probation. I basically did EOS. I mean, my prison sentence for my violation was 1 year and a day, followed by mandatory 6 months halfway house, followed by 1.5 years more of paper. So, hi Crystal, good to meet you. I work with your husband. He's a very, very good guy. But he plays the wrong game. He needs to stop playing RuneScape 3 and coming over to old school. What you laughing at, baby? I'm dead serious. People's reaction when they found out I was in prison was basically just hysterical laughter. A lot of the older guys that have been in there for 20, 30 years, you know, didn't really fully understand exactly what, or like, I guess, I don't know, like how common it was, but they still thought it was really funny because they know that even in prison, you know that people talk a lot of trash on the internet. It doesn't matter whether or not you've ever actually been on it. They were fully aware of that. So it was pretty much just hilarious to them because I'm technically on paper a domestic terrorist, and they look at the papers and look at me and they'd be like, "Nah, dude, this is crazy. What in the hell?" What's up, Get Snipes, Mr. Jerome? How you doing, man? Shout out to Jerome in the Netherlands over there. I see you, buddy. Let's see. Sue them. That's some time you'll never get back. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. 2020 is gonna be a big year. 20s are gonna be our decade. Let's see. Yeah, you EOS tears. Did you lose all your good times? Did you have a good time and you just kept fucking up and getting in trouble, messing up and getting in trouble? Oops. What was the reason for you going to prison? I've heard something about RuneScape being the reason. I wouldn't go so far as to say that RuneScape is the reason. It's just that RuneScape was more the medium. The case isn't as black and white as it seems at first glance. Long story short, I was very, very drunk when I was 19 playing RuneScape in 2012, and my friends started this argument about the Columbine Massacre because there was a video game called Super Columbine Massacre RPG, and long story short, somebody told us not to talk about Columbine, called us dumbasses and all that, and said that's not funny or whatever. And because I was drunk and I have a smart mouth and I like to troll people, I said, "Oh, bro, I love Columbine. I'm gonna go Columbine on April 20th, 2013, as a matter of fact, which transpired to be a Saturday, just so everybody knows that." And 4 days later, the SWAT team, the bomb squad, the dogs, them boys showed up. The squad rolled deep on me, you know. So yeah, it was really stupid, but I also have to say that the atmosphere was a lot different in 2012. It wasn't this happening every single week like it is now. It was a lot different at that time. I wouldn't have said it in the atmosphere today, whether I went to prison or not. It was just different then. The last thing that happened that I was aware of was James Holmes, and that was a movie theater. So, I mean, you know, it was a different atmosphere. But 2 months after I got arrested, the Newtown shooting in Connecticut happened. And then it started increasing and increasing. By the time I got to court, it was happening like every 2 weeks, and they needed a scapegoat, they needed some answers, they needed something done. And plus, a lot of people were complaining that I was still in jail or prison, and they really felt pressure, I think, to show that they were doing the right thing by having arrested me. I feel like they had to prove that, oh, well, we didn't mess up. We don't mess up. We're the government. And so the next thing you know, they're blackmailing people and stuff like that. I can't really go into a ton of details about, but I can say this much, and you can legally check this on the very tilted, very skewed, very opinionated case law that they posted to try and cover me from suing them. No weapons, no bombs, no bomb making materials, nothing that could be used to make bombs or weapons whatsoever. I didn't have any drawings, I didn't have any attack plans. The day that I said it was going to be a Saturday, and also, fun fact, my little brother would have been attending the school at the time of the alleged shot if it would have been on a weekday, you know, so. Now I've missed a whole lot of chat. Let me try and catch up, guys. See you, Match B. I probably missed you, but. How am I doing? Feeling well? I'm doing great, Jerome, man. Like I talked to you this morning, man. I'm feeling awesome right now. After we get up the stream, I'm going to go downstairs and cuddle with my wife for a little while before I come back up here and bust some gains. Yay, happy. Mitch H., I'm glad to be back too. Very, very glad to be here. SM's Vivid Network said, let's not. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but I probably did it, whatever. What's up, homie? Glad to hear you're home. When are you getting your IRL pet? What's up? Come on in. We're live, just so you know.
What up?
What's going on? This is my brother-in-law, everybody. This is Tyler, the one who set up my very wicked battle station over here.
Gotta use the bathroom.
Okay.
See you later, Jerome. Thanks for popping in, bud. Let's see. Jack C, we talked at some point, man. I can't remember if it was on RuneScape. You're on my Discord, I think, actually. When am I getting my IRL pet, bro? I mean, I don't know. If you're talking about my daughter, she's due May 11th, but that's about as far as I know for pets right now. Maybe I'll get a turtle, I don't know. Meow Kartoff, I probably butchered that, says, I stumbled upon your first back home video some time ago. Glad you're free again. You seem like a great guy. Well, I'm not, but I am home, so thank you very much. I'm just playing. I appreciate that. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe everywhere that you can. My Discord, man, I'm not totally positive that my link is still applicable. Reconnecting. Okay, let me see. What's up, guys? Sorry about that. What? Okay, let me try this. Hopefully that works. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not, but I did just post a Discord link right there. Let me know if it works. Subcrep, we have a storm going on right now, and the internet keeps kind of being wonky and going in and out. I wonder what my battery's looking like right about now. We're good. We're super good. My internet keeps kind of going out on my phone. The Wi-Fi keeps kind of crapping on me, so sorry about that. Every now and then it's going to shut down, and I lose 10 to 15, maybe 20 viewers every single time that it happens. I don't know if they come back or not. Leaf bladed, okay, Jack, see you're leaf bladed. I remember, screw it, everybody knows I was drinking at the time now. I remember being really drunk, messaging you one night, being like, I don't know what to do, man, it sucks out here because I'm crazy. Everybody say bye or hi to Tyler, whether he's sticking around or leaving.
If you're lagging, I was downloading the games.
Oh, okay. That explains
Probably.
it. It's no big deal.
Do you need to know how to do a Discord link?
I just figured it out.
Okay, cool.
It says it expires in a day, but I figured since it's the chat for the live stream, I figured it would be alright.
You can set when to do it, like where it never expires. But
Reseer
figure it out later.
says bye or hi, Tyler, by the way.
Bye, hi. Hi.
Let's see. For the people whom the last update was your RuneScape video, what happened since then? You mean on my actual old school RuneScape channel with the 800 subscribers? And you mean when I did a message to the RuneScape community? Because, long story short, smoked weed, drank liquor, failed drug test, back to prison for a year, followed by 6 months halfway house, now home. That's the long story short, basically. TLDR version of it. Anything you're interested in catching up with, TV shows, movies, games, etc. I just watched a few episodes of Messiah the other day. I thought that was really interesting. I haven't finished it yet or anything. I've watched up to the end of season 2 of Stranger Things. I thought that was really good. Before anybody even asks, because I know it's going to come, no, I have no interest in watching Game of Thrones. I watched like 2 episodes of it. I'm a fan of A Song of Ice and Fire, the books, and I love them so much. And I'm really weird. I admit this is a shortcoming. I'm very weird about books to movies or TV shows because if they start messing up the details, I get really offended, and I basically said it's like if somebody drew pictures of a mustache on a picture of my child. Is the way that I feel when they do a bad transition. And as soon as I saw Dany Targaryen with green eyes, like Emilia Clarke's regular eyes in the show, I was like, nah, I can't do this. The Targaryens got purple eyes. Like the blood of the Andals, they have blonde hair and purple eyes. It's just they didn't even pay attention to that detail. I'm not even about to do this. So no, I'm just gonna wait on book 6 to come out for Game of Thrones. But okay, I'll check out You.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I've seen it. I haven't watched the second season yet. I think it's
Oh, you haven't.
I
Well,
haven't.
my wife approves though, which means I'll probably be watching it. So
You say you probably won't or will?
I said I'll probably be watching it.
Okay.
But I don't have to stare at my phone to play RuneScape
I think
anymore.
you'll
So
like
it's
it.
about to
It's
be
good.
Netflix time. Is it on Netflix?
Mom and Tyler are creeping. Yeah, it's on
Mom and
Netflix.
Tyler are creeping. Hey Pam, hi Tyler. Oh, she does the eye looking emoji, of course.
Tyler.
We got in-laws in the chat, ladies and gents. Yeah, now I can AFK on RuneScape, so I will definitely be watching a lot of stuff now because I got to get my woodcutting level up. So, if you don't mind me asking, was it a relapse or just bad luck that you were just chilling and got caught? No, it was a full-fledged relapse. I was very, very much hiding it and keeping it under wraps, but the fact of the matter was that I was drinking alcohol every single day, copiously, first thing in the morning when I woke up. Just being honest. I actually did it when I was still on house arrest, when I still had an ankle bracelet before I even left the halfway house, like officially. They gave me an ankle bracelet, and I had a very severe relapse. I didn't think it was going to end very well. It could have been a lot worse than going back to prison and getting sober, to be honest with you. But yes, it was a 100% full-fledged relapse. It was not just a fluke. Oh, I smoked weed once and I failed. I stopped caring. I was smoking pot all the time. I did other illicit substances, and I was drinking liquor a lot, and I was just basically saying screw it. So I got what I deserved, I got what I needed. Because baby on the way, I'm married now. I had a whole life-changing experience when I was in prison this go around, and there's nothing worth it anymore. I've been sober for almost a year. Love that 2007 hairstyle. Thanks.
No, and don't be sorry. They already know all about it.
Yes.
He said sorry for asking while the in-laws are here.
Oh no, they know everything, man. The in-laws know everything about it. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm very, very honest with them. So
Yeah.
I found out that honesty is a much better way to live my life than sneaking
For sure.
around and being creepy with drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. And I've given it up now. The 100 is good as well, or the 100. Okay. Once again, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm guessing it's a TV show. What? Why are you laughing? I don't know what stuff is. Oh, gang gang. You still look 19, bro? Well, thank you. If I finished high school, I got my GED when I dropped out. I was about to turn 19 when I dropped out, and it was mathematically impossible for me to pass. So I got my GED from the school that I threatened. It was a school with a bunch of amazing teachers and stuff like that. Boku no Pico is good. Is that hentai? I'm not sure if that's something I need to be looking into or not. I'm not positive. That sounds a little sketchy, but I'm not positive. Still going to be working on some music. Yes, I will be at some point, probably after we get our own place here in a few weeks. I'll probably be hooking up my studio. I still have all the music and equipment and stuff that I got with the GoFundMe. I got electronic drum sets, I got electric guitars, I got recording, I got mixing consoles, recording gear, everything. You know what I mean? Nairo, don't look at that Boku is pedo stuff. That's more like what I was expecting. I was already suspicious about that. So, thank you for the warning. I appreciate that. I was actually gonna strum my guitar while I was live streaming, but when I was at work last night, I kind of broke through my calluses, and I'm a little nervous about possibly bleeding or blistering. And I got a splinter. I cut wood with a routing machine. You gonna stream the production process on Twitch? I hadn't considered it, but that's not a bad idea. The funny thing about it is, though, even though you can't tell from my lo-fi demos because I had some mic latency and stuff on my SoundCloud songs, I'm totally, oddly enough, really perfectionist. I hated releasing those demos because it was just really just a sketch. But I'll get something and just like barely thumb a string, and I'll have to re-record it all from scratch. But I think it would be an interesting process for people to watch because I play all the instruments. I mean, I can go in and play the drums, and I come back and do the bass, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, vocals, all that. I have a piano as well. So that's something to consider. That's a good idea. I can probably give you a soft yes on that. Not a hard yes, but a probably. Because C72 starts playing. I actually just recently did a little part of the intro on guitar and sent it on video to my friends. C72 is the greatest song ever written. I hope you know that. It is. I'll show it to you in a minute. You're going to be like,
You reached on me.
C72?
Yes.
I'm a good husband.
Played it
If I already showed it to you, then I'm a good husband. Oh yeah, I did. I remember now. Post what in my YouTube page description? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Subcrep. Are you talking about my SoundCloud? Or my Twitch? I didn't think about that. I'm not very modern. It's a good idea though. I'll put all the other shit in the YouTube. You're right. Nice glasses, nerd, JK.
Oh, name sucks.
I was kind of rude. My wife said, "Oh, anime sucks."
No, that name sucks.
Oh, that name sucks. I thought you were
Anime
saying
doesn't
his name.
suck.
No, I know. I thought you were saying that was his name, and you just didn't want to say his name on the stream. Yeah. She said, "Oh, his name sucks." Let's see. Back from where, B? I'm back from the halfway house. If you were talking to me, I've been in a halfway house for the last 6 months after being in prison for a year before that, and I'm finally home. Zurich, good to see you too. Very glad to be back. Zé Maria Campos, good to see you too. Thank you for stopping by. The download is done. You should be back to maximum performance soon. Thank you. It really wasn't really messing with me too bad. Shortly, every now and then it would just kind of glitch out for a second, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
What you getting for? You on them?
Yeah.
Can you give me that?
A little
I'm
hood.
not all the way on stream, so that's okay. Well,
Here,
you just
get it.
moved us in stream. Ah, help. Attack of the wifey. But
Was that Kisses Awkward's last one?
you gotta be quick about it. We can't just be sitting here. Going crazy. We're on live stream on YouTube. Terms of service or something, right? TOS, guys. Gaming live streams win Kappa. Okay, Kappa is not the nervous laugh. That's Papega. Kappa is the troll face. I'll probably be streaming within a few days. I would imagine I'll have 2 or 3 Twitch streamers at that point. I mean viewers. I've done it a few times for mobile whenever I was at the halfway house, and it was okay. What you laughing for?
No, just reading the comments.
Yeah, the comments are funny because I don't know anything about modern day life. So I'll probably be streaming within the next few days or something like that. This setup is super inspiring to me. My brother-in-law is actually watching right now. Hooked it up. He gave me a backup monitor and everything, and just set it all up to where it looks perfect. I'm very, very happy about it. Congrats on getting home. Was worried when you went to the Slammer again. Yeah, that was that year at the low security was worse than the 5 years at a medium. I tell you that. Low securities are bonkers, corrupt, horrible inmate ran, just 150 people in one room, terrible. I'd rather be at a medium high security any day. Am I still on probation? Am I on probation still with rules and stuff? Yes, I have another 1.5 years now until I get off of probation. So it's going to be regular drug tests, proof of income, etc., etc. Regular visits from my PO out of nowhere. I can deal with that. I was real nervous about that last time because I knew I was going to be doing dumb stuff, but now it doesn't really matter to me who my PO is or what he does, because if I'm not screwing up, I can't get in trouble. So pretty easy. I'd like to think he won't be giving me a hard time. At the same time, if he does, he can't send me back to jail if I don't break the law. So it's whatever. I'm not concerned about it.
You right.
Hey bro, it's Range Hood 10. How are you, homie? Doing very, very good. My Israeli homie. Very good to see you. Pretty interesting you stumbled across my stream now. I don't know if you checked out my channel or something, or got a notification or whatever, but glad to see you here. That's YouTube's version of Kappa the fuck? What does that mean? Kappa, I thought Kappa was like the troll face guy that I thought was Oliver Tree. You remember, Tyler, I sent you the picture of him and I said, is this Oliver Tree with hair? And you were like, no. How much hot, steamy hand-holding have you two been doing since you got home? We're going to wait until we're double married for that. We don't do a lot of hand-holding, man. We're very, very, how do you think the baby was made? Extreme hand-holding. We did it once, okay, and we regret it. I don't know what you're talking about, hot, steamy hand-holding. I mean, I'm 27, man. Come on. You're going to stay strong. I know it's hard to stay away from weed or drink when everyone's doing it. Yeah, I'm not really surrounded by it, but it doesn't really trigger me anymore. I've been sober long enough now to where I don't really get cravings. So, I mean, I can sit there and watch somebody chug a beer or take a shot or whatever, and it doesn't bother me. I know better than to even think about touching it. Why did you get arrested again? I got arrested again for failing drug tests. I failed drug tests for alcohol. Yes, they test for alcohol in the feds. On a cup. You don't have to send it to the lab anymore. And also weed. I failed one for alcohol, and then the next one I failed for alcohol and weed. And they, what do they call it? When they take it away, revocation. They revoked my supervisor release, revoked my probation, sent me back to prison before the same judge that sent it to me to a totally absurd amount of time the first time, who still hates me, still talked really bad to me, and he gave me a year in prison followed by 6 months halfway house. So now we are here. RuneScape bullying, LOL. And I guess I wasn't really specifically bullying anybody, I was just trolling, really. I mean, I said it about something that affected me. This dude lived in Virginia, so I mean, I guess you could call it bullying, just being stupid on RuneScape. Wait, I thought you don't get arrested again when you break probation? I don't know how state does it, but in the feds, I mean, I had to go to the federal building and the marshals grabbed me. Of course, they didn't tell me I was violating, but I already knew that I was because my PO told me to be there at a specific time. He'd never done that before. He said, hey, I need you to be here at 9 a.m. And I was like, yes, sir, and I knew it was over with. I was kind of in denial about it, but I was kind of in denial about it, but I still went. I'm not going to run from them. It's the FBI. They have resources beyond your wildest dreams. So I wasn't going to play with them. I went there. What you laughing for? Do you plan to sue the government for such a stupid offense, the online bullying? I don't think it's a good idea if we talk too much about that. I will not say I'm suing them specifically for having arrested me. The methodology that took place afterwards that led to me pleading guilty because of knowing what was going on, that we'll see. But there's definitely going to be something going on in the future, because when I got out, I learned it was a lot crazier than I ever thought that it was. The things that they did behind my back, the people that they talked to, the people they manipulated to try and build this story that wasn't true. That's the part where it was illegal. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that. Sorry that happened, man. Welcome back. I mean, I'm not sorry it happened anymore, man. My life was honestly just a wreck before I got arrested the first time. I mean, I'm not trying to portray myself like I was just always some super innocent, perfect angel, man. I had a drug problem for many years. I had a drinking problem really bad. I was relatively violent whenever I was in high school. I got in a lot of fights and stuff, and that's part of the picture that was painted by the FBI, was them going back and looking at my records and stuff like that, and they didn't have any idea how much I had changed since then. But, I mean, my life was in a bad place. I probably would have died if I wouldn't have gotten arrested, because I was mixing very dangerous drugs at the same time. I was driving while intoxicated. I was doing lots of really, really dumb stuff. However, a shooter I am not. Never was, never would be, never could be. But I still did need to go sit my ass down somewhere for a little while and get my head straight, because your mom had a comment. Why are you looking mortified? You see what she said? You look like you saw what she said. Smart move. I guess you're talking about the litigation in the future. We'll see. I don't mean to sound paranoid, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody that works in the federal building or with the FBI is watching this stream. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying they are, but I wouldn't be surprised. So, knock knock. GTX 1070 for RuneScape. LOL. I'm guessing that's my computer. Hey, look, I'm gonna play other stuff. All right. What's up, FBI agent? Dude said, "What's up, FBI agent?" Yeah, I know, right? They're like, "What up?" Shout out. Am I using this properly, Tyler? Gang gang. Are you excited for the Xbox? Well, I've never played an Xbox One before. I was in prison when it was released. If I'm not mistaken, the next generation is gonna come out soon. Sure, maybe I'll get to play it. I don't know. Depends on if anybody I know gets one. I'm probably not going to get one. This computer's pretty much all that I need, so I'm very happy about it. There's professional help for that, not prison. I agree, TNT Big Air. It's definitely, it was definitely overkill, to say the least, especially me having been 19. And the factors in my life just did not really warrant them backing off of me, I guess, because of the person that I was. I mean, I actually underwent mental evaluations, and the two that I took, as well as the third doctor, all offered the opinion that I did not fit the profile. I did not seem capable or interested in mass violence. They just didn't believe it, but the prosecutors didn't want to hear that, and the judge didn't want to hear that. They had this image made, they had a message to send, and I hate to sound conspiratorial, but I mean, I was a scapegoat to a certain extent for it, so. My favorite game is old school RuneScape, as far as online games go. My favorite game of all time is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That's my very favorite game ever. I think it's the greatest game that was ever made. I'm very much into retro games. I like Super Mario 64. Don't you be over here yawning, baby? Are you over here yawning, acting like you sleepy? We still got 15 minutes left. He said, my man, I don't know if you're talking about old school or the Ocarina of Time part, but glad you agree, I guess. John Doe says, there were a lot of drugs and alcohol in prison, or were there a lot of drugs and alcohol in prison? Every single prison, jail, transfer center that I stopped and rested my head at had drugs. Alcohol is slightly rarer. He said Ocarina, yeah. Alcohol is slightly rarer in there because it takes days to cook and the odds of getting caught with it are a lot higher, whereas with drugs, you can just ask a CO to bring it into you. Or people fly drones in with drugs on them now, or the visitation room, they get condoms full of drugs and they swallow it at visitation and go throw it up when they come back. Drugs are very common. If you're willing to pay the price, every prison I went to had plenty of drugs if you're willing to pay for it. It just depends. But yes, there were a lot of drugs and alcohol. Every single place that I went to, from county jail all the way to the feds, had drugs. Were there, wait, I already read that one. How's things with your family now? They happy you're out and sober? Yes. My family, well, I mean, this is my family. My blood relatives, I guess you would say. They're all very proud of me. They've seen the change in me. Last time they were kind of hopeful but skeptical with reason because I messed up, obviously. Whereas this time, my whole family, except for my father, which is, I guess, a story for another day, they very much saw the change in me. I mean, as soon as I got out, and even the way that I talk now is different. I've got reason to live. I've got more aspirations. I've got, I got a lot going on now. And I've been working a really, really tough job that is kicking my ass, but I need it. And because I got a baby on the way. So my family's really proud of me. My in-laws are very proud of me. They've been extremely supportive of me. All of them. They've probably been some of the most accepting people that I've maybe ever met in my life, because I can tell you this much, I got a baby girl on the way, and if the situation was reversed, I wouldn't be having no Josh Bilal trying to date my daughter. There's no possible way. He better get the hell on somewhere, because what do you mean he threatened the school? Okay, get out of my house. No, but they've been very, very understanding the whole time. They rode with me through prison collectively as a family, and I think we all fit together very, very nicely. I love them all very, very much. And I mean, hell, now I'm living in their house, I didn't pay for any of this computer, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try and fake like I did, it was Christmas gifts and the backup monitor from my brother-in-law. I mean, pretty much everything that I have at this point in time, I owe to them, especially my wife. My wife helps keep me sober. And we got a baby on the way, so I'm working a real tough job. And I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. But yes, my family's very happy with me, man. They've seen the change this time. Check to see if any legislation was passed after the incident. Richard, actually, yeah, the Anthony Alanis case about online threats was passed and raised the standard for online threats. Now, he was reconvicted once they raised the standard, but it's kind of like this. Here's the threshold for what was considered an internet threat that you could get arrested for. And Anthony Alanis was like here. So then they raised the standard up to here, flipped his conviction, and then under the new law, his was up here again. So he got reconvicted of it. However, mine does not meet it. Mine does not meet the criteria for it. It's not retroactive, so it's not like, oh, everybody that got convicted of this gets forgiven for it. But if I would have made the same threat about a year later, they would have come and raided my house to make sure I wasn't serious. And once there was no evidence, they would let me go. So new legislation has passed pertaining to it because of Anthony Alanis, who wrote a rap song about wanting to kill his wife. And the feds came and got him. His ex-wife, sorry. You can't leave yet, babe. We still got like 10 minutes. You trying to? I'm just kidding. Tell us about the beating you saw in prison. I mean, you made it sound like it was singular. I saw plenty of them. I was involved in some of them, both the giving and the receiving end. I mean, it's just the nature of that world. I saw quite a good bit of violence. I myself got a few more scars than I did before, that's for sure. Got a tooth scar on my hand. I hate it. Nice. I wonder if they can see that on the camera. I got a big gnarly scar from a tooth cutting across my hand, which I went and washed my hand for 45 minutes because teeth are filthy and prison teeth are extra filthy. I mean, I saw plenty of beatings, man. I really wouldn't even hardly know where to begin with that. Let's see. Glad you're doing good, man. Looking forward to content. Thank you, man. I'll be making videos soon. I'm gonna have to figure out like some kind of new editing program and stuff like that because my computer's better than just Windows Movie Maker now. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back home, dude. Kolu or Ciolu, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Kolu. Thank you, man. Very, very glad to be back. Giving up to the turtles, LOL, says Richard. Richard, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Not totally convinced. Ofri Talshir, Mr. Range Hood 10 says, nice, man. After he's the one that asked me about the beatings I saw, and then I gave the explanation. He said, nice, man. Yeah, I really wouldn't even know where to begin, man. There was a lot of violence in there. It's a lot of very nonsensical, egotistical, masculine world that sucks. Okay, let's see. Looking forward to prison story videos. Yeah, I'll be having some of those. trust me, some insane things going on in there. I mean, as I'm sure you can imagine. I got a question for you. I was employed for 6.5 months, and when I got back home, grass was so nice to see. What were you most looking forward to seeing other than your family and your girl? I didn't have a girl when I did the big sentence, but this time, man, where do you even begin? I know exactly what you're talking about, though, man. Even though we had grass in prison, man, being inside the razor wire just seemed to make it different. One thing that I missed, and this is funny now because I just ran through it earlier, but when I was in prison, if you're out on the rec yard or whatever and it starts to rain, they do a recall and everybody has to go inside. So I really didn't feel rain for 5 years. And I really missed it, especially summer rain where it was warm and stuff like that. When I got out the first time, man, I used to go out for my cigarette break. Whenever I put my cigarette down, I would just kind of walk out in the rain for a minute. I wouldn't get soaked or anything, but it just feels nice, you know. I wasn't allowed to feel it for so long. Direct sunlight still pretty much kills me, but I don't know, everything just feels different, man. I was really looking forward to food. You know, all the prison slop tasted the same, and then like after a while you're making a ramen noodle with 2 different kinds of sausage put in it. It's about the same. Just very, very repetitive and not good for you, and just very, like, you get malnourished really easily in there. There was a lot that I missed. Grass made me happy. I still get like chills sometimes when I'm just like driving to work or whatever. And I just get that big open road. You see a big long road in front of you with just trees on both sides as far as you can see, man. I love it. I love it. I don't take that space for granted anymore. I had a razor wire around me for so many years, and I don't doubt it anymore. You know what I mean? I don't take it for granted. I mean, so probably more than I can explain. But thank you for your service, at least. I can imagine not even seeing something as simple as grass is pretty wearing on you as well. How did you and your wife meet? Somebody asked. You knew I was going to say that one, huh? The last time I was at the halfway house, I was on job search. I wasn't really trying to get a job, but they would drop me off at the mall for 4 hours so I could look for a job.
You can go more into detail later.
Why? Why'd you say that?
Huh?
Nothing. Yeah, it'd probably be good for a video too, but I saw her. Actually, I heard her voice before I even saw her, but I was very, very, very much enamored with that red-haired girl over there. And should I even just say it? I mean, I'll probably do a video on it later, but long story short, I used to think that chicks really liked British accents. So I walked up to her and started talking with a British accent to flirt with her. And it didn't work at all. She was not interested whatsoever. She didn't like me. We have texts from when we first started texting each other where I was macking on her real heavy, and she was like, I just want you to know that you'll find that one person someday, but I'm not her, because she gets hit on constantly. So she's no problem turning guys down. And I was just like, fast forward a couple months later, I'd just been to rehab and got out of the halfway house. She saw my YouTube channel after I told her that I was American, and she apparently didn't forget about me. So she texted me and was like, hey, how you doing? We started chatting, and then the first time that we hung out was the buying away 1 billion times better than the greatest date that I ever had in my entire life. We hit it off immediately. We got very similar senses of humor. Not to mention, I don't know if you guys have seen her Instagram or not or whatever, but she's a 10. She's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I wasn't going to turn down a date with her. So after that, it was very, very rapid. We were not yet engaged when I went back to jail. As a matter of fact, I'd done some ignorant stuff, and we had kind of been having a fight. But shortly thereafter, I pulled my head out of my ass, and I knew what I wanted and asked her to marry me, even though I was already in jail. And it took over a year after that for us to actually get married. I had to go to prison, get out, get permission to do it, and then we went to Justice of the Peace, had a really nice, pretty little wedding. You've probably seen pictures from it if you've seen my community tab on YouTube or looked at my Instagram. I have one picture. She's got a bunch on hers. You're telling the world? Yes, Mama Pam, I'm telling the world. I mean, it's the truth. It is what it is. Maybe these people will get some confidence to go up.
I mean, it's an
talk
interesting story.
It is an interesting story. I just walked up and started talking like this, and then she's like, this is not interesting, you're not cool. Why do you think that sounds good to me? So it's not. It's not working. You need to stop talking like that. And so I came clean, and I sent her the Silent Core interview, actually, is what I did.
And I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know or not, but I did an interview with Silent Core when I got out the first time, and had like 500,000 hits. And I sent that to her, and I was like, this is my real voice. I sound like a cow, and I'm American. And it was enough. So even though she wasn't attracted to the British accent, it still worked, because it got her attention enough to make her remember me. So let's see here. Looking for the OSRS vids. Glad you're doing good, man. Thank you, Doug. I'm very, very glad to be back.
It's so true.
What?
This is exactly what I was thinking.
What?
Straight to a southern accent.
Yeah, I know,
he
right?
sounds
Yeah.
more southern than me.
You know what? Yeah, it's like a guy from talking like this to hell yeah, man. Hell, you need to go ahead and come see me. Come pick me up, girl. Let's see here. Good. Glad you noticed that, Mom Pam. You did use the wrong your. Let's see here. They pulled you in for rain. We only stopped wreck when there was lightning. Yeah, if it was even sprinkling, man, they were just being lazy. The rec yard COs would just be being lazy. They want to go sit inside, do nothing else, or do something else. Any old school tubers you watch? I'm a Torvesta maniac, even though I'm not really into PKing. I love Torvesta. I'm a huge Torvesta fan. I like Framed. I did like a friend. He's redeeming himself in my mind. He just kept telling us he was coming back and then stopped. I do like Sir Pugger a lot. I love his bot busting videos. I recently met Crumb. He and I are good friends. I'm a big Mudkip fan. Me and Mudkip are actually pretty good friends. We message a lot on Discord, and I'm a big fan of his. I love his content. I don't know what it is. It's really simple and straightforward, and he doesn't beg for subscribers or anything like that. You know, I just always really enjoyed Mudkip's content. Mr. No Sleep, pretty much all the big guys, you know. EVscape, I'm friends with EVscape. I hang out in his stream a lot. UI and Verf and I are friends. We message a lot. Well, we kind of message a lot, but I get in his stream a lot and we talk in there. I'm loving Verf. I'm loving Swamp Man. You know I'm loving Swamp Man. We're all loving Swamp Man. Swamp Man good. Carrie, you know who Swamp Man is?
No.
Swampletics? You don't remember whenever we'll be texting sometimes and I go, Swampy Boy, there's a Swamp video.
Yeah.
And then I don't text you for like 30 minutes.
It rings a bell.
Yeah, I'm watching Swampy. Let's see here. Man, that's awesome. Just enjoy the things you never knew you would. Like a damn toilet. Yeah, striving is so taken for granted. Yeah, dude, a damn toilet. I'm telling you. Privacy for once. I'd lived in surrounded by people. This is the most secluded I've been in 7 years almost, you know, except for the very short time when I was out last time. Saw a video about how RSGP is being used as a currency in jail. Is that a thing where you were? I don't believe that that was authentic. I think he got trolled. In my entire several years in prison, I never met one person. Okay, no. Let me rephrase that. I think I met 2 people that had heard of RuneScape and 0 that played it. Total non-entity. Even at the last prison I went to was completely flooded with smartphones. And they're not worried about playing RuneScape. I've never heard of that. I don't think it would catch on. It just doesn't seem to fit at all to me. I think that he got very, very seriously trolled by somebody. I don't see that being a possibility at all. I'm not trying to diss that YouTuber. It was either, I can't remember if it was Crumb or what's his name? What's the guy that does? Hey, looks like it worked. Did it work? I guess it worked.
Yeah,
You back? All right,
yeah,
cool.
you're back.
Rock and roll. Thanks for sticking around. Damn, I went from like 55 to 14 people. Bye-bye, rip 40 people. Let's see here. I'm gonna go to jail now. Facepalm power, I do not recommend that. It's a bad idea. Peter BMT. Cynthia, do I have a boyfriend? Just shut up. How's prison? I'm a correctional officer. I know it can be crazy for white guys there. The low security sucked. The low security was Wild West. But I wasn't involved in any of the like specifically white gangs. I was not Aryan, as you can probably tell by looking at me. I'm not Aryan Nation. I'm not Aryan Brotherhood. I'm not racist. I'm not into that. So I rode independent. As I'm sure you know what that is. I rode independent car the whole time. I wasn't a sex offender. I wasn't a snitch. So I mean, I just gave him my paperwork. Ta-da! You're good. We sit here. We eat here. It was no big deal on the first bid. The second bid, though, when I went back, they were not organized at all. The low security prison had a bunch of knucklehead 18-year-olds that thought they were really awesome and had huge egos because they went to the feds and were doing like 12 months or whatever, and they just thought that they were just the shit and the coolest thing since sliced bread. And the COs never came in, so I mean, it was just buck wild. Is my stream freezing? Wow, that's a really short delay actually. Testing. No. Yep. Alright, not bad. Sorry guys. But no, it wasn't that bad, man. I mean, it sucked being in prison, but as far as like the whole me being a white guy thing, it wasn't that big of a deal. I stayed out of trouble for the most part in the first bid. The second bid was kind of acting stupid for a little while. Listen to the part of that, how that guy got trolled. Yeah, I think that the guy that made that video about that got trolled. I don't think that that's true at all, personally. I'm not trying to diss that guy. I love both Colonello and Crumb. But they're susceptible to trolling like the rest of us are, you know. Got to get that fiber internet. I've heard a little bit about that, but I think the internet here is pretty good. It's just storming, and then my brother-in-law is downloading a game.
There's a lot
so.
of gamers here.
We have the patience of a squirrel. Yeah, I noticed. Back to 31 viewers now, though, so we kind of bounced back a little bit. Johnny P says, "Who is you?" I'm Josh. Hi. That's good. I work for the state of Texas. They're very racist here, but it just depends on how you carry yourself. Glad you're back. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, on both ends, both the correctional officers and the inmates were pretty much all extremely racist, and that extends to all races. I'm not even talking about just white guys being racist. I mean, the black dudes in there that I knew were all the time being racist. And I mean, it is what it is. I just kind of stayed out of it. I'm cool with whoever. I mean, I chat with guys that were good guys, you know, and I didn't divide that way, so I wasn't banging when I was in. None of my prison tattoos are gang tattoos, so I was good. It wasn't really all that big of a deal. Oh yeah, sorry, somebody mentioned New World earlier and I forgot to say something about it. Not sure if you've seen, but have you seen the new MMO New World? I have not. Somebody mentioned that earlier, but no, I have not seen it. Joe Mathis says, welcome back. Damn, I gotta go to the car and get the one that you gave me, because this one's about to die and I don't feel like just recharging it.
You didn't change it?
No. Hey.
Little turd.
What? My little, me
Can we
little
go
turd?
get you a charger?
It's in the car. Well.
I'm gonna get you a charger. I don't feel like it was
What happened to Chomos in the prison you were in? That kind of depended. At Talladega, Alabama Federal Correctional Institute, medium high security, they were oftentimes very physically abused. They were not killed. Nobody was murdered while I was there, but there was an attempt that I actually witnessed with my own eyes. It's the only time I ever saw anybody get stabbed. That'll be another day, story for another day. Thank you, babe. Pretty much what Papa Squirt just said. They get their wigs split down to the white meat. Yeah, somebody gets the boots on them. Somebody's getting scouted for the, somebody's scouting or whatever. They go on a mission for the Aryan Brotherhood or the Aryan Nation so they can get their swastika tattooed on them or whatever. They go in there and put the boots on them and knock them down and beat the teeth out of their head, and then they transfer to another prison because everybody knows they're Chomo now. So for those who don't know, Chomo is prison slang for a child molester. That's what that stands for. So he's saying if you're a sex offender, it doesn't matter if you actually touched a child or not. If you have, you know, illegal pornography, if you have pictures of a 16-year-old and you get arrested for illicit pornography, you're Chomo. You're gonna get in trouble. But also the last two prisons I went to, Marianna, Florida FCI, which was where I finished my first sentence, and the low security I went to this last time, Forest City, Arkansas FCI. Both were like considered to be sex offender yards for the most part. They had copious amount of sex offenders, probably more than just the standard like regular old inmates. So I mean, obviously nothing really bad happened to them there. They ganged up really hard, and yes, I'm dead serious. It was a car of Chomos. They had a car, they had politics. They were like a car. They were basically like a gang in there. So I mean, it is what it is. First prison I was at, they got beat the hell down, badly. How far is your wife now? When is she planning to be born? What's up, Jerome? Hope you enjoyed your coffee. The baby is due May 11th. So at this point, we got what, like 4 months from today? February, March, April, May. 4 months from today, we're over halfway there. She got a little bitty baby bump, but my wifey love is pretty skinny, so she's not just super poking or nothing yet. Pee Wee Hearn says, "What's up? What's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for popping by." Pioneer says, "Are you finally out?" I am indeed finally out. I got out of the halfway house this morning, drove through a half of a tornado to get here, and I am now sitting at my computer in the little room that my brother-in-law set up for me that is an absolute unit battle station with a CyberPower PC. I got a fan, I got a candle, I got a headset stand. Oh my goodness, look at it. Mountain Dew, 100% gamer status, you know, CyberPower PC. Let's see here. What the topic? So why did you go back to jail? I know you got out but went right back. Peter, that's because I smoked weed and drank alcohol. Sorry, adjusting the camera, guys. I smoked weed and drank some liquor, and both of those were on my drug test cup. So I automatically got violated. The marshals arrested me again. I went to the federal building, I got arrested and sentenced to a year in prison, followed by a mandatory 6 months halfway house. Now I'm on a 1.5 year of probation, and I'm done except for the fact of being a felon for now. Did you watch Ice Poseidon? Not when he was like active. I mean, I know about him. I've watched old videos of him and stuff, and I know about him. But I didn't like watch him while everything was going on, and I haven't watched him recently. If he does still stream, I know he can't Twitch stream apparently because he got banned or whatever. Did you ever wake up and feel like you're still in? Yeah, especially since I've been at the halfway house, man. Or I have dreams that I'm in there, and then I wake up and I'm just so relieved. No dreams about stuff that happened in there, and it's really weird. Tonight will be my first night in a 1.5 years sleeping in bed with my wife, so that will probably be cured, honestly. Are you her? Terre Haute, Indiana was one of those yards, and I was in West Virginia FCI. They were telling me that. I didn't serve at Terre Haute. West Virginia, which one's in West Virginia? I'm not sure which one's in West Virginia. Terre Haute, Indiana, though, yeah, they got they got death row there. I think Terre Haute has a pen, if I'm not mistaken. everybody pronounces it Terre Haute, but people from Indiana that I know actually pronounce it Terre Haute. I don't know which one's actually correct, but yeah, Terre Haute was banging. I'm pretty sure that at the lower security levels now, I've heard that it's gotten watered down. That there's more mows walking and stuff like that. I'm not sure. 6 setup, yeah, don't appreciate it. No props to me, man. My brother-in-law picked most of it, and my mother-in-law bought all of it, and he gave me the second screen, and I didn't have anything to do with it. It's phenomenal. It's beyond my wildest dreams. I'm thrilled about it. 6 years in prison. Yeah, that's what I did total. My first sentence was 6 years. I did 5 and then got released to a halfway house, and then I had some good times, so I did 5 on that one. And then the second time I did it a year, followed by 6 months halfway house. So for a grand total of 11 months of halfway house and house arrest as well on top of that. So it's actually closer to 7 years total. Am I wearing an invisible hat? No, it just flips like that. I'm on parole. Feds don't technically have parole, but it's basically the same thing. Thank you for subbing, Pee Wee Hernandez or Hearns. I'm not, technically the feds don't have parole. So it's called supervised release or basically probation, long story short. When I was in Bastrop FC, all our money was books, which was stamps. In Morgantown, they called them cans, which were bags of tuna. That's interesting. I never heard of the tuna thing, but yeah, we had books of stamps. One prison, we had 15 for $5, books of stamps. The last one I went to was 20 for $6, which was roughly the same price, to be honest with you. You studied music theory while you were in, correct? Yes, I did. I studied very, very advanced music theory. I haven't practiced like sight reading or anything like that, but the theory part of it, I'm very, I know a great deal of. I can explain to you why building from the dominant interval, the harmonic minor scale gives you the Phrygian dominant mode. If you augment the leading tone, then you have the double harmonic major scale, which also known as the Hungarian gypsy scale, which I love a lot. Yeah, music theory was a big escape for me, and when I discovered the exotic scales especially, I just went totally crazy. It really helped me get through it, and it made me a billion times better of a musician than I ever thought I would be. Johnny P says, you made a mistake, life goes on. I wholeheartedly agree. So did your girlfriend wait all this time? If you mean my wife, we didn't get together until I was out. Last time I was only met, and then we didn't actually even get together until right before I went back. But yeah, she rode, and this is the only woman that I've ever been with in my life where I have no doubts at all that she was 100% faithful to me, and that means the world to me. But yeah, she waited all the way through me being in prison. And speak of the devil, speak of the angel, hey babe.
It's a little short.
Oh my goodness, it's okay, you can hang there.
It's the only one I
I mean, it's not dead yet, but I'm not really hitting. Oh, good idea. Did you go to the car?
Well, is it the same percentage?
See what I mean?
No,
She's
this
a
is
sweet
different
wife.
one.
Good grief, is it
Oh, I didn't
charged?
go to the car.
Is it charged? Give me mine back.
I just wanted to know if it could better.
Probably not. Maybe the positive effect. Sorry,
I'm gonna
guys.
put this on the charger.
Morgantown FC. Oh yeah, I've heard of Morgantown. But yeah, she waited for me, man, through this last bit, and then we got married shortly after my release. Blinky says, by the way, that hairstyle was so 7 years ago. I was thinking a lot more than 7. I was thinking at least 10, 13 years ago. Hey, you're live. Nice to see you up and thriving, bro. Keep up the good work. I'd like to see what content you provide now. Thank you, Blinky. I really appreciate that. I will be releasing content. I'm not sure what or when the first video will be, but I'm sure it'll be a few days. I'll come up with something to do. Probably a I'm back video. I've already streamed 10 minutes longer than I originally intended to, so I'm probably about to shut down here in just a minute. But Vince says, hey Josh, how you doing? I'm doing amazing. Very, very important day here. I'm having a great day already. Did you study anything else super hard? No, not really. I read a ton of books though. I read like almost 1,000 books during my term of incarceration. That's why my vocabulary is like this and I sound all nerdy. I used to know like 30 words. But reading did wonders for my brain. Hope your life continues to get changed for the better. Thank you, Johnny P. It's been going better and better and better every single day now for like a year. That's amazing. I could have went and got into a gang instead of made yourself smarter and stay clean from gang life. Yeah, I wasn't interested in the gangs, man. I mean, I think I said it in a video. My old hypothesis was basically that there's 2 ways to go insane in there. You're going to go insane either way. You can either sit there and go over every memory that you got and walk down all those paths and every mistake that you made, or you can get involved in the nonsense and the violence and the gangs and the stupidity around you. And let me tell you, the former at least seemed better to me. At least I could make music out of it or something, you know, and try to use it for something productive as opposed to just dying or something or getting a bunch of time added on my sentence because the gang wants me to stab somebody. What's it matter? You getting restless?
I hit my elbow.
Come on, baby, hit your elbow. You okay?
I did.
I got 18 months and did 60 for a bad fight in Dirty UA. He must have messed that dude up. They gave me more time for it, or he was a punk and pressed charges on him. Glad to hear. Thank you, Vin. Right on, bro. Yes, thank you. Oz says you're alive. I'm guessing Australia. My alive what? What about my alive? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I am indeed alive. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am. I am actually alive. Prison seems like a nice place. Might go there next holiday, Kappa. Yeah, about that. It's a lot of fun if you like dudes and misery and bad smells and tasteless food and never mind, would not recommend. 0 out of 10. Building a PC, it's already been built. It is sitting right next to me currently, so for a couple times now I've done it, but just showing it off real quick. Ta-da! Assembled by my brother-in-law and purchased by my mother-in-law, so I've been very, very, very blessed to say the least. What kind of channel will be? Don't matter, I'll support it either way. Well, thank you, Pee-wee. My main channel is going to be probably predominantly consisting of prison stories, for one thing, as well as maybe the mechanics and politics of prison to some extent. I also want to do a series of reacting to memes that I missed. I think that would be very funny. He said that fan business is real. Yeah, my mother-in-law told me that was a very expensive fan. I'm just borrowing it from her for now. But I'm gonna do all kinds of stuff. I mean, we have a baby on the way, man, and I wouldn't mind, having some videos of us just living our home life, and because I have a lot of supporters. I mean, I still managed to have 20,000 subs after going away for a year, and I have an amazing fan base. I had a huge GoFundMe, and now I have all kinds of great music equipment that I got to get over here, and so there's gonna be a wide variety, man. I mean, just day-to-day life sometimes, maybe, or maybe I'll think of a cool prison story or something, or recommend even a book that I read or something and talk about it some. I would like to really do reacting to memes I missed, because there's so much stuff that I missed. As I said this earlier, so much stuff that I missed that's still really funny to me, but it's totally worn out to you guys. Like I couldn't get enough of it. When I was watching Vine for the first time ever, and I just keep watching these compilations, and I learned about this little thing right here. Hey, don't laugh at me when I do that, babe. She's gonna laugh. Oh no, she laughed at me.
What did you do?
I hit the whip. I spun all the way around, baby. How'd you miss it? I hit the stop. My wife telling me to stop. I was doing a super whip. You wanna watch me, nay? I missed all that stuff. I missed several years of memes on the internet. I think it'd be funny, I guess. I'm not necessarily saying that I have anything relevant to say about them, but I feel like people would probably get a kick out of me finding them hilarious. I missed all kinds of good stuff that I think is really funny, but I just wasn't there. It's too late. That ship has sailed. I gotta roll up a little bit. Let's see. Dudes in misery. Yeah. I was gonna say your vocab is insane. LOL. You read the comments with no stutter. I do stutter periodically. It's when my brain tries to, it fries out for a second. But thank you. I do appreciate that. I learned all the words that I know from books pretty much now. I used to only have monosyllabic phrases and words. Yeah. Nah. Okay. Okay is not monosyllabic. It's got more than one syllable. But I was pretty stupid. You remember I was watching my old RuneScape video and I was like, I sound so dumb back then? I just sounded like a 19-year-old pothead that didn't know English. Yeah. But English is my first language. Okay, let's see. Let's go and give the prison a 1-star Google review. I very highly doubt that's going to matter. That fan is a bit for real. That favorite candy? I don't know. I don't really eat a lot of candy. So, no, I like Skittles. I like Skittles. I like M&M's. I like a lot of stuff. My wife set that up for me, by the way. She put a sweet little basket full of stuff and little snacks for me. For me to eat while I'm playing games, because she knows I'm going to live in this room now. And a fridge of Mountain Dews, and I'm about to have to grab another one up. It's okay, babe. I'll do it in a minute. Okay, well, if you want to. Thank you, babe. Welcome back. Thank you, Maddie. Very, very glad to finally be home. Let's see. Welcome back, brother. Dolphin Tornado. Thank you, Conley. Once you reach out to After Prison Show, I'm sure Joe and the gang would definitely want to interview you. I'm not exactly sure how to get in touch with him. I do like that channel, and I do agree. I think that would be a pretty cool collab. He actually got a lot bigger while I was locked up again this time. But I checked it out last time because a lot of people were suggesting it. But I'm not thoroughly convinced I myself have the power to just get in touch with him and make it happen. So we'll see what goes on. Gonna stream some old school RuneScape as well? Oh yeah, definitely. I'll probably be trying out some new games too, or even playing retro games and just chilling with people, But yes, I will be streaming. Let's see here. Some stuff about some stuttering. morning. Sorry, my computer decided to restart. It's okay, Jerome. I forgive you, buddy. Hard to fight with the wife when I can't spit out what I'm trying to say out. Yep, he did, and it was in front of the warden at Houston FCI when he was giving his speech. Although it was a group of Pisces that wanted to drop me because it dropped one when I first got locked up. Oh wow, you beat up a Pisces and they didn't come 700 deep on you? That's crazy. Paisano. Those dudes are deep in the feds. Let's see here. This is going to be interesting because now you will not play on your phone but on a PC. Should make Jad way easier, bro. I've beaten Jad like 27 times in a row on my phone now. I'm probably going to mess up on the computer. I'm probably better at it on mobile than on the computer. It's going to probably... There's bosses that I've never done on the computer that I've done a bunch of times on the phone. I've never done a raid. I got 28 KC at raids and I've never played it on the computer before. So probably try that tonight. We're planning on doing a nice little clan raid tonight. We'll see if I can beat on PC. Because it's definitely, I think it's going to be easier for me on phone. I can gear switch super fast on the phone too, and I'm still getting used to a mouse. I haven't used one hardly at all. Have you heard of Twisted League? Of course I heard of Twisted League. You guys heard of Twisted League? I didn't want to play it. I don't like Zaya to begin with, and then, except for raids and catacombs. I don't really like Zaya. And I have a hardcore Iron Man. I just like, it's just, I don't know. I'm not down and I'm not dissing. It just wasn't for me. I'd rather play the main game. No XP waste. Try their Discord maybe. I think they've got an email as well. Yeah, I'd love to see you on After Prison. Alright, yeah, I'll go look at their YouTube channel a little bit and see about that. I didn't know they had a Discord, so thank you for that, Gappy. I will look into that. You said you got another channel. What is it so I can sub? It is the same thing as my RSN. It is the RS Felon, and all of you have to bust into hysterical laughter at my RuneScape name now because very, very much sarcasm there. The RuneScape Felon. That's the old school RuneScape channel as well as my RuneScape name, and also a hangout if you guys want to join us. We always love new people. I hang out in the Tan clan chat, so feel free to come join us in there. We do a lot of stuff. We're all really close. Call each other by our first names. We voice chat in my Discord server. Let me see if I can paste that again. Yep, looks like I can. There's my Discord if anybody cares to join. Let's see. So you got another channel? Okay, I already said that. Rise Visual said, yo, that's sick. So glad I was able to catch stream. Rise Visual, thank you very much for coming in, man. I appreciate it. I've been waiting to do the stream for a long time. Do you play RuneScape while in jail? No. The very limited opportunities I had with a cell phone, I was trying to call my wife. I wasn't concerned about playing old school. Plus, they only came out with it on mobile officially like the last few months that I was in there. Yeah, go hit him up. He can always respond to me on Instagram. Okay, not a bad idea. I like After Prison Show. I watched like half of one of his videos at first, and by the time I was halfway through it, like I said, I was like, yeah, he knows. He's been there. He's done it. He speaks the language. So, I see, Lord. I'm not into PKing. Now that I'm on a computer, I'm thinking about sticking my toe in the water. I don't typically like PKers as far as the ones that just attack PVMers for no reason. So I would probably want to be a vigilante squad that protects PVMers. So I know that's controversial in the PK community because the PK community is pretty much like F PVMers. That's what they get for wearing expensive gear. I'm trying to steal that. LOL, it's what you get. Yeah, I see, Lord. I'm down with you. Fight PKers is exactly what I would want to be. Somebody just joined the Discord. Yahweh. Nice name. Welcome, Yahweh. We were expecting you. That was funny. So that's what it said. Let's see. What's your other channel name? Sorry, Pee-wee. I guess you didn't see it. It's the RS Felon. Yeah. Get Snipes just typed it. That's my buddy Jerome over there in the Netherlands. PVM bad loot. LOL, he said. That's pretty good. Wow, we got 2 more people in the Discord already. That's awesome. Ever seen Lockdown 23-1? He's a prison channel. He probably have you on for an interview. I saw an episode or 2 of it. Yeah. It's interesting. It seems like right now I keep getting recommended it too, even though I haven't watched any videos. There's that Larry the Jewel Thief guy. I've been recommended a lot of.
Lockdown 23-1.
Yeah, have you seen that?
That's his name's Josh. Okay.
Why you creeping on Josh, huh? Huh?
No,
didn't know about this guy?
I watched his live stream and he said that he
watching
would
his live stream?
do an interview with you.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Why are you talking to Josh? I'm just
Shut up.
Let's see. Everything like that. Yeah, my wife talked to 23-1 and he said he'd be happy to interview me. I forgot all about that until you just said that.
I caught one of his live streams one time and asked him.
More like you were creeping on one of his live streams. What's up, Josh? I like Josh's. I like Josh's that are fellas. Oh shit. Yeah, I see. He fit 2 of the 3 criteria.
Weirdo.
RS. Yeah, the RS Felon is my other YouTube, as well as my RuneScape name. RS stands for RuneScape. Merry Christmas, mushy potatoes. That's a little bit late, but Merry Christmas, dog. Well, I have to get some breakfast. Good seeing you on. Get out again, my friend. Have a good day and keep going headstrong. Curse, twist, and road bumps lay ahead. Thank you, Colu. Very, very good message there, man. You have a great day, and I appreciate you stopping by, man. RS means RuneScape, Pee-wee. Glad to see you out, buddy. Thank you, Carvin. Very glad to be home. Even my parents like Josh. He is cute, they say. Well, thank you. Tell them I said thank you very much, and I think they're cute too.
Were they talking about you or the other Josh? I'm sure.
That was my wife. She's like, don't nobody think you cute.
Well, I do.
Leo Badfish must be watching one of my videos. Good grief. He said it again. He said will do when I said tell your parents. I said they're cute. Leo Badfish must be watching one of my videos right now. That's what I would hazard a guess. Because he said, did you drop the sub? LOL funny. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Probably do another one in the next day or two. Perhaps. But I just wanted to get back, tell everybody that I'm home. I'm sure this will... He said, don't worry, you both are cuties. I guess he's talking about 23-1 and me. I'm sure this will upload to YouTube, I guess. I hope it does, so we can preserve the chat and everything. I'm just going to leave it if it is there. My friend 25 Buttholes likes to delete his live streams after he gets done, but I'm just going to keep it going. You know?
I should say.
I think it's just going to stay there. And do it, bro. He's a good dude. Yeah, I will, man. I'll look into that. Later, bro. Gabby, I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. John Doe set up a Nightbot commands for Discord link. I forgot about that. You're absolutely right. I got to learn how to do that. I'm sure my brother-in-law can show me how to do that because I'm not super into Twitch. You plan on going back anytime soon? No.
Never again.
Never again. I'm done with that. I've gotten everything that I can out of it, and that's quite enough. So, thank you, Jerome, for stopping by the way. Doug, thank you. I hope you are looking forward to the next stream. And see, Josh, don't forget to get lawyer insurance. Yeah, absolutely, man. You got it right. Well, I'll see you the next coming 9 days, not on RuneScape. Oh, I'm going to be on RuneScape. Trust me. I got to work, obviously. I work a full-time job, but I will be catching up with my life. So, all the best in your post-prison life. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You guys have a good day. It's probably going to take me a split second to figure out how to turn this off. But I appreciate you all coming through. Y'all have a wonderful day. Glad to be home.